Overall, my internship with ISU football was pretty good. I think in terms of the location, I liked getting to work at both Memorial Stadium and the main AT room on campus because it was just cool experience to see like the benefits of two different AT rooms and how each one can vary. And like the Memorial Stadium one is more suited towards just like getting ready for practice, like heat packs, taping, and things like that. And the main AT room is more suited for like treatment and rehab exercises and things like that. It was kind of annoying though, because we would do practice in the morning and then we had to quickly drive from the stadium to campus, eat lunch, and then be ready for treatments in like an hour and a half. And Ian and I don't have a parking pass for the campus because we live about a 15-minute walk from campus, so we usually just walk to class. But luckily, we were able to use someone else's parking pass, so we were able to park on campus. But if we hadn't had that, we would have had to, either pay for parking every single day or park at our house and then walk 20 minutes to treatment, which would have been annoying. But I mean, it's not a big deal. We were able to handle that pretty well. But yeah, I liked, seeing the differences in setups for athletic training rooms and kind of what they're more suited for. I think the preceptors were good. We were able to do a lot. They're all nice and helpful and everything. I think I would have liked to have been able to do more in terms of actual medical care. A lot of what we did for the internship was, just setting up the field with coolers, waters, ice, getting water and Gatorade to players during practice, cleaning up the field. It was just kind of like grunt work basically. And I mean, even in treatments, all we ever really did was just like modalities and massage and Graston and things like that. Like we didn't get to do a whole lot of more advanced medical care. And I think our preceptors and the certifieds, would take the people who were actually on the injury report and had like a significant injury. They would kind of um, congregate or take over those patients and kind of leave us to just have the people who were, just coming in for soreness or just wanted cupping on their back or things like that, which is fine. Like, yes, that's just like everything, all of that is just as important. Someone's got to set up the field, someone's got to do the water, but it was just annoying. I think the internship was good experience, but I don't think I learned a lot. I think I said something similar to that in my paper. It's a good experience, but in terms of actually providing medical care, it just wasn't quite as much as I would hope. We didn't get to go on the field for on-field evaluations. Maybe that'll change with once games start, and we didn't really get to do a whole lot with the people who were on the injury report. We were kind of more left to deal with the people who were just coming to treatment for soreness and things like that, more than the people who were there with actual injuries. But it was good working with the preceptors because whenever I had questions or things like that, they were always really helpful. I mentioned in my paper there was a Liz Franck injury yesterday, and I was able to ask questions and learn about that, so that was good. I would have liked to have been part of the immediate evaluation, but I mean, it just didn't work out. But I was able to, talk to Sammy about it later and learn a little bit about what she does with Liz Franck injuries and like how, the evaluation she did. She showed me a test like a specific Liz Franck test that she does that I don't think we learned in class, which was pretty nice. So yeah, that was a good experience getting to learn about that injury. As far as suggestions for future students, I think, just going in with an open mind and knowing hydration is a big part of athletic training, and that's the part that is kind of, tends to be left towards the students, is hydration, which was annoying. I mean, yes, it's super important. Someone's got to do it, but that's basically all we did. And it was, I expected that, but it still just isn't quite what I would want to get out of somewhere that I'm supposed to be learning how to provide medical care. And I think a future student should go in expecting, just being prepared for the numbers that comes with football. When I worked with volleyball last fall, it was a 15-person team. Football is a 100-person team. So we would come into treatments and immediately just get flooded with people. And the athletes would come in, get treatment, and then they just kind of hang out there and take up space. And it's annoying, but you just kind of got to deal with it and go from patient to patient. And yeah, I think that's one thing that's different with football than most other sports and experiences is just the number of people that you have to deal with and learning names too. I mean, that's honestly a pretty hard part is learning everyone's names. I picked up pretty quickly the linebackers because that's who I generally follow during practice. So I picked up their names pretty easily, but you got to know the names of the people who you're treating just to be a good person and be personable with them, and also for documentation purposes. You can't work with someone and then 5 minutes later start writing the note for it and think, oh my gosh, what was your name? So that's kind of one thing that I didn't think of originally was like just remembering names. It's simple but super important and super different, I think. As far as opportunities, I wish I had, like I said, I wish I had gotten to do more medical care. I wanted to do on-field evaluations, which I never got to do. I think mostly because there weren't that many immediate on-field injuries. There were like one or two. There was one case where one of the players was experiencing heat illness and rhabdo, like post-practice in the locker room, and I didn't get Ian and Shinosuke and Nick handled that, but I wasn't there because I was doing weigh outs that day. So I mean, I would have liked to have been a part of that. But yeah, I just would have liked to have done more immediate on-field evaluations, but there just weren't that many opportunities because people weren't getting hurt, which is a good thing. And also, the couple that there were, the certifieds normally took over with that, and we were kind of, left on the sideline to do water, which is fine. It's just not quite what I would want out of it. I'm sure going into the season, things will be a little bit better just because once games start, they'll need, all hands on deck kind of thing. But yeah, in terms of preseason internship, I think it was just a lot of, they needed us just to set up and tear down the field and do water. And other than that, we were just kind of like helping hands to them. We didn't get to do as much medical care as I know we would have liked. I talked to Ian about it, and yeah, he kind of feels the same way. I think it's a very good experience, and it's good, knowing what it's like to be a full-time athletic trainer for a D1 football team. But I just don't think we got to do as much as we were either expecting or would have liked to do in terms of actually treating injuries and providing medical care.